Well, for more on this, then, France 24's international affairs editor Kethevane Gorjestani joins me on set. So Kethevane, before we get to President Trump's remarks, concretely, where does the situation stand now?
Well, look, there was that announcement by Hamas yesterday that they were postponing indefinitely the release of the hostages that were scheduled to be released on a Saturday. Their explanation for this is that they accuse basically Israel of violating the terms of the current ceasefire deal, the phase one, by continuing strikes in Gaza, by preventing people from returning up north, and by holding up the entry of humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip. There was, of course, an immediate reaction by the Israelis. The Israeli Defense Minister, Israel Katz, calling the move a complete violation of that ceasefire deal, and saying that he had instructed the Israeli military to, quote, be at the highest level of alert for any possible scenario in Gaza, so potentially hinting at the fact that they would restart their operations in Gaza. Hamas did insist that it was leaving the door open, as they put it, for this possible hostage prisoner swap to actually go ahead on Saturday, pointing to the fact that there's still a few days left in order to sort of keep that possibility alive, and pointing to some of the mediators, including the U.S. and Qatar, to sort of put pressure on all sides to actually get that swap going on Saturday. But clearly, this is making things very complicated, because within the Israeli cabinet, you have already, even before those latest comments, you already had people in the cabinet who were basically saying, look, we don't need to finish this ceasefire deal. Let's get back to business, if you will, and get back into Gaza and finish the job, meaning, for them at least, the eradication of Hamas militants in the Gaza Strip.
So what impact, then, do you think Donald Trump's latest comments are having on the situation, or more generally, perhaps, the ceasefire's chances of survival?
Well, look, if you listen to what Hamas said about these comments, clearly it's not helping. And you mentioned their words. They basically said that the way that Donald Trump put this and those threats had no value and further complicates matters, adding that that deal was the only way to get those hostages out. This is not the first of Donald Trump's comments that have created tensions. It's been going on for a couple of weeks now. The first time he said that the U.S. could be taking over Gaza, moving Palestinian people out of Gaza, making it the Riviera of the Middle East. All of these things already sort of crystallized some of the tension. And then he doubled down with these comments on Fox, where he was saying that basically, no, the Palestinians would not have a right to return to Gaza once he has redeveloped the Gaza Strip, which is actually going against what the White House had said just a few days ago, saying that this was supposed to be a, quote, temporary relocation of the Palestinian people. This, of course, causing a backlash within the Middle East, including within some of the U.S.'s main allies in the Middle East, like Egypt, like Jordan. There are two main reasons for Arab states around Israel and Gaza to be opposed to that relocation. One is the ideological opposition to any forced resettlement of Palestinian people outside of their land. The other one is a domestic position, which is that an influx of about 2 million Palestinians, either in Jordan or in Egypt or in both, would possibly destabilize those countries. And so you see why they wouldn't want to do this. Donald Trump also now threatening those two countries of withholding aid to Egypt and Jordan if they don't follow through on what he's asking them to do, which is take in those refugees, which likely will make this meeting between Donald Trump and the King of Jordan possibly a pretty tense one. And we're not going to have a joint press conference at the end of that day, at least so far on the schedule.
Well, we are going to talk about that for our next segment. Kethevane Gorjestani, thank you very much.